In this video, we're going to look at the string question type. So the string question type is a question type where the student enters a string and then they're evaluated on whether or not the string matches the answer. So for example, maybe we'll type in some text like, what is the best house pet? Just something silly. This isn't really mathematical in nature, and that's because one of the limitations of the string question type is it doesn't do mathematical evaluation. So this is not a good question type if you want students to enter some kind of mathematical expressions. It's really just good if you're going to maybe type in some kind of word or phrase, something like that. So to define the answer, we just set the answer variable equal to the string that we want the student to enter. So we'll say the answer is dog. The dog is the best house pet. Maybe we're a dog person. So now if we save this in preview and we type in dog into the answer box, we get correct feedback there. If we did something like cat, we're going to get incorrect feedback. So it might be kind of a lot to ask students to type something in exactly, especially if there are little variations in the answer. So one of the options here is if we define a questions array, and we add some strings into this. Maybe we'll do dog, cat, horse, cow, pig. And then if we enter in another variable called display format, and we set that equal to type ahead, what this is going to do is give a preview to the student. So once they type the first two letters of one of the words in that questions array, it's going to give them a little drop down where they can select that or they can press enter on their keyboard, and it'll put that in there. So this is a good option for any kind of string question, is to kind of define some options ahead of time and at least have like the correct one in there so that you don't have to worry so much about the spelling stuff. So if we started to type cat or we did horse, those are going to pop in there. So now we can select dog and we still get the correct feedback. Now another option here is if you want to have more than one answer within your string, your answer string, you can do dog or cat. Maybe we do dog or cat. Now, when we quick save and preview, dog is going to be accepted as correct. So we'll submit that. But we could also enter in cat and get credit for cat as well. However, pig is not a good house pet, so we do not get credit for pig. So there's a handful of options. You can go into the writing questions help guide and you can go down to the string question type. There's some other useful variables in there, such as flags, things to look for. So you can go ahead and look at those. Although the string question type is usually not that great of a question type for mathematical type questions. It's usually better to stick to something like calculated or the function question type if you want students to enter mathematical expressions.